played versus them recently. Grixis Thieves, Dread Horde, Grixis. Oh, that's a lot of Grixis Thieves. Oh wait, I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. Yikes. I really don't want to play against Grixis Thieves, but so be it. This is going to be round 3 of our Vintage Challenge. Let's see if we can beat Pyroblast. Oh, baby. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. So, unfortunately, Soul Ring means we cannot play Oko or in turn 1, but we have Oko and Urza on the next turn, so definitely a keep in my book. Yeah, they like to play Thieves, for sure. This looks like this Thieves list has... It looks like a normal Thieves list to me. I mean, Oko should be reasonable. Urza should be great. Obviously, both of them get Pyroblasted. An opponent has at least 2 Pyroblasts in their main deck, which is a little rough. Sapphire, so they can mana drain here. Good God, they have 2 mana drain, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Spell Pierce. Oh, everything is going to get countered. Good God. I don't want to just jam into mana drain, but we need to start playing our spells. I guess we can just lead with Oko. No, if we play Urza, we're 1 short of playing Oko after. But next turn, if we play Urza, we would be able to Oko after. So maybe we should just jam Urza this turn. Oh boy. We're gonna so get mana drained here. I just feel it. We could wait. Then we get Dak faded. Alright, we're not waiting. Yeah, we'll just grab our black source. Alright, we're getting mana drained. I don't know, I mean, what are we gonna do? I feel like we can't wait, but alright, let's see how badly this goes for us, I guess. Opponent gets 4 mana on their upkeep. Like, if I wait, I just get Dak faded, so it doesn't really help me to wait. Opponent is 2-0, so like, they've been draining more than just me. So what are their payoffs here? They can have a Jason the Mind Sculptor. I mean, they don't have a lot of things they can use their mana drain mana on. They could cruise, I guess. Scroll. Are you gonna cruise, or are they gonna just get Ancestral with this? Might just be Ancestral. I guess I can get Misstep, so you could just cruise. If they thought about getting Misstep, they could just cruise here, but... Alright, yeah, you got an Ancestral. What am I gonna do about it? Hopefully this 3 mana just goes away and it didn't really matter. Opponent just played Counterspell. Alright, cool. Alright, so opponent's got, you know, no Pyroblast, no Mana Drain now, just Force of Will. So let's see if we can't... God, that's not a great draw. Let's see if we can't resolve Urza into Oko. Obviously, if this gets forced, we were not going to be able to resolve Oko, but I just think we need to take the variance high value play because we are going to be falling behind. We do get to Mystic Sanctuary if we ever hit a land, though, which is pretty sweet. Every food we make, we can make blue with Oko, which is pretty dope as well. We get days. Like, I'm not gonna play around days. Food is a Mox Sapphire. I would agree with that statement. Also grows our construct. So we currently don't have very much going on, but if we are able to untap with a Urza, we do get to draw some cards or play some cards. I don't think we're gonna win this game. Opponent obviously had a strong draw against what we're trying to do here as a blue mid-range deck that is weak to Pyroblast. Fair, fair. If you don't play Magic, you have to read what Oko does. it solves every problem. That's why it's in our deck. There's no problem Oko can't solve. I guess no, we elk the creatures after. I don't think there's a single problem Oko can't solve. No, Oko is gas in every format. Cards lit. Alright, let's see how badly we die this turn. So opponent doesn't have any Notion Thieves, right? It doesn't look like opponent has Notion Thief, which is nice. Though, actually, I'd kind of rather they did have Notion Thief because we don't really have any draw spells. Opponent has Tinker, Blightsteel. They have Dak Fadens, Narsets, Jaces. They also have... They don't have Vault Key, actually. They just have Tinker, Blightsteel. This is basically Grixis Xerox with Tinker, Blightsteel. Tinker, Blightsteel off of only 8 artifacts is interesting as well. That's a very low number. 8 is about as low as you can go. I think 10 is where you really want to be. So this is just glorified Tinker control, I guess. Obviously, we're we're a huge dog to any number of Pyroblasts, but that's how all my decks are. It's not a Brian Kelly deck, because it's not really configured in the way that Brian Kelly's decks are. Like, it would really need to have 2 utility artifacts. It would really need a couple more threats. It's similar to a BPK deck, but it's not really configured under the BPK formula. If you go through Brian's list, there's a very specific reason he does a lot of things, and this list doesn't do those things. Opponent is just gonna pass with 7 cards and 4 mana. What does that mean for Justin? Well, I don't know. Brainstorm, you say? Yeah, I accept. It's Brainstorm. If they had anything that dealt with our cards, they would have just done it on their turn, I believe. Well, is this going to be a Fluster or a Spell Pierce or a Mana Drain or a Force of Negation? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'll spin in response just in case it's a Force of Will. If we hit Force of Will here, obviously spinning in response does help. Okay. It's a fine draw. Makes a mana, draws a card, pumps our construct, can be turned into an elk. We drew a Force of Will. We currently have 1, 2, 3. If we plus Oko 4, 5, we can spin again at the cost of an attack. Spin again at the cost of an attack. No, I don't think spin again at the cost of attack is very good. I think what we're going to do is we're going to transform this food into an elk and get in there, get 2 extra damage in. Obviously, I would spin if we did not have to sacrifice the attack, but I don't think I like a random card off my deck as opposed to dealing 8 damage. The downside to turning artifacts into elks is they only deal 2 damage because we lose a damage on our construct, but I think that's a downside we're willing to take for sure. So the beats are on. Next turn, depending on what we draw, we might be able to attack for lethal. We currently can do 10 damage. If we draw any artifact or spin into an artifact, it would be 11. Opponent is cracked down to 10. So we're currently looking at a lethal attack, depending on what opponent decides to do. Obviously, Oko is pretty decent against Tinker Blightsteel here, unless opponent also hits Pyroblast. So they're going to Vampiric, I assume, for Tinker Blightsteel. Obviously, we can turn Blightsteel into an Elk, unless Oko gets Pyroblasted. If Oko gets Pyroblasted, then the game gets a little trickier. We have to establish an attacking force that can go through the Blightsteel. They are at 8, so it's not terribly difficult to do. We also have our own Blightsteel if we were to resolve a Tinker. So Oko actually probably stays in if opponent's only really way of winning is Snap and Blightsteel. Opponent is going to be bringing in another Blast. Yeah, I kind of like Oko here. It's pretty good. Obviously, Pyroblast is a problem, but we're all aware of that. We've said that one a couple times already. Lotus resolves. Opponent has lots of mana. 5 cards in hand, lots of mana. Something was vamped. So I assume they vamped for Lotus so that they could Yogg-Will here. Reasonable. We can't really do anything about it, so... Their Yogg-Will really only draws them cards currently. So, not the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh, that's playing a land is interesting. I guess they don't want to fetch. 4 cards in hand. Obviously, they can go up to, like, full grip again if they do Yogg-Will here, which it feels like they're going to. I guess they could Yogg-Will into Vamp for Time Walk. We should not have attacked with our Urza. We can get Tinker Time Walked here. Oh, they have a Dig Through Time. It's possible we just made a large mistake in attacking with Urza. Interesting. I think that that's a punt. I think that's a punt. I think I should leave the Urza untapped. Take the 1 damage loss. Wow. I'm going to be pretty sad if that ends up being where I screwed up. But that could be a punt here. I should really respect that. Uh-oh, does this mean Pyroblast now? Pyroblast, Oko, Tinker, Blightsteel? Jack Faden. Steel Construct. I wonder what they vamped for. Maybe it was just Pyroblast then. So if we draw a blue card on our turn, that will give us force back up. And we can still spin. Obviously, the DAC dies, barring anything crazy. We did not draw the blue card. We have the ability to Mystic Sanctuary, but we currently don't have cards on the top of our library. Or we don't have spells in our yard. I guess we'll start by spinning here. Another Urza. Okay. That's really good. Let's first attack. I'm definitely gonna just swing the Urza at DAC and the food at them. If they are to remove Urza, obviously that's fine. Let's just see if this... I guess this key can get spell pierced. So there's really no... I guess it can't... Yeah, it cannot get spell pierced because I have an astrolabe to pay. So let's just play a key. See if that draws a counter spell. I doubt it. So this key can get dacked. So maybe I'm not supposed to play the key. Ooh, that could have been bad. Yeah, maybe I'm almost supposed to hold this key because it can get dacked. I guess I can tap it with Urza, so it's not too big of a deal. Brainstorm. They really need to force our Pyroblast this Urza, I think. Another construct is going to be a huge problem, especially because the construct will be unblockable with the key. I would like to go back and think about if I was supposed to play this key. I have a feeling I was not supposed to play this key. I feel like I was supposed to not attack with the Urza on the first turn, and I think I was not supposed to key. Currently, I have 4 mana, and I can't hardcast Forest. Is a little unfortunate as well. I don't know if I could have played that a different way, so I didn't have to. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand, so we're looking pretty good right now. Is this going to be Tinker Blightsteel? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this doesn't actually win them the game because I have an unblockable key on my construct. So I should win this game. As long as they don't remove something right now, I'll hold up Force of Will, make my construct unblockable, and attack and win. That's pretty dope. Wow. Voltaic key upgrade. Too strong. Woo! We just beat the Ancestral. That's lit. Wow. Alright, so... Luster, Hydroblast, Carpet... Maybe bringing in probably Reb, probably Needle on Oko probably Biforce as well. We can't actually beat a Needle on Oko. I mean, we can beat a Needle on Oko, but we can't remove a Needle on Oko. I guess we have an E, so we can. Okay. So... Dak Faden? Narset. I don't really think we want to board in Spyglass just for that. I don't think we want to board in Hercules either. I think the current card setup we have does a pretty decent job. I don't think we want... The only thing I would maybe consider is Trinisphere. And then we want to board out our own Tinker Blightsteel. We don't really need that. We're not restricted on mana by them in any way. So actually, we probably don't even need Carpet, and we can go down on the island Sanctuary. They're not restricted. I guess they're blowing up our mana possibly with Biforces. That was the only thing they had, right? Possibly blowing up our mana with Biforce. Obviously, we're restricted by Spell Pierce, but that's like not that big a deal. Basically, we're not super constricted except for like Spell Pierce and Dak Faden. So I actually think that we can go down to the 13 lands. Maybe we don't want to lose this Sanctuary. It's not really bad here. I don't think we need it, though. I think if we just play our normal game, supplemented by some counter spells, I think we should be okay. Let's try this. Opponent's on a bit of a rogue deck, so I haven't played versus it before. I mean, I've played versus Grixis Thief variants, but not, you know, this person's Grixis Thief variant. This is a keep. This is a hand where I wish I was playing Paradoxical Outcome. So I don't get to have Flusterstorm back up for my Time Walk, but I think that's okay. Opponent's on Mold at 5. Yeah, I don't think we want to board in Hercules just to beat, like, Needle Blightsteel. I think with 3 Okos, that's pretty fine. Oh, they mulled to 5, but they did hit Black Lotus. So what does that mean for us? We're going to get mana drained? I'd like actually be okay with hitting a black Demonic Tutor Ancestral. It's pretty good. It's a way to fix your hand. It's a pretty solid hand. 3 restricted cards in a land. Pearl. 4 cards in hand. Do we have another follow-up 2-mana spell? I think it would be hard for them to have a follow-up 2-mana spell here. So land lets us play Time Walk with Flusterstorm back up, as does any off-color Moxen. Though the best cards we can probably draw are still things like Urza, I would assume. Threats. Another Fluster, not ideal. But I guess another problem here could be an opposing mental misstep. But that's kind of something we have to live with. Obviously, opponent could have Mindbreak Traps in their deck, but we're not going to play in a way that plays around Mindbreak Trap. Opponent also has to play with the respect that we could always play a land as well. I will just jam this Mana Ball out as well, using our mana that we have. We gotta get close to this Dig Through Time. I would like to hit like a fetch land, so I have a Flusterstorm. With a fetch land, we have Dig Through Time with Flusterstorm backup, actually. Even a non-fetch land is exactly enough. So we hit it. So I am going to just do that. Paying almost full cost for my Dig Through Time. Opponent wants to counter this and we Flusterstorm, it's a big win for us. So Fluster looking pretty good there. No longer have Time Walk. We're just looking for action here. We've got Vault Key with Flusterstorm backup. Or do we just take this Urza? If opponent slams a Dak Fade in and takes our Soul Ring, we still have 2 turns Vault Key. One is actually weak to Pyroblast. If opponent Bi-Forces us for 2, we have 1 mana. Oh boy. I guess that in that case, Urza's still not good. So we might as well take the high value. I think we'll take the Vault Key and we'll just see what opponent does. Put on the bottom. Any order. So if opponent plays a Dak Fade in, we are delayed by a turn. And if opponent does nothing, we should probably win. If opponent plays a Bi-Force is the worst case scenario. 2 cards in hand though. After Ancestraling and forcing pitching Preordain. I don't think so. Because opponent... I don't want to really give opponent the ability to Pyroblast by Dig Through Time. I know we have a Flusterstorm, but I don't think I would want to wait. Could be wrong though. Definitely open to... So actually, yeah, we have exactly enough to do everything. So let's... Opponent can have Spell Pierce here as well. Which we would be able to pay for, but not Alright. Alright, so we're going for infinite turns. Is that okay, opponent? Looks like that's okay. I'll take this for a couple turns until I have the ability to untap, paying for Vault, and having Flusterstorm up. Alright, so that's next turn now. So opponent now has like Ancient Grudge or something. We can still Fluster, play our Moxen, and pay. Obviously, we could always use our Mana Vault to play too. I think we'll just play this Trinisphere. Doesn't really hurt us in any way. Opponent just wants us to do it out, I guess, which is fine. Just gonna take one creature and then we're good. Like that one. Guess we'll just do that instead. I guess opponent might have Pyroblast. Let's just do Trinisphere first. Alright, so now opponent can't cast any spells. And we can play our Oko and go. Obviously, you don't have to do that. If opponent counters Oko, it's fine. We just find the next one. All right. And that's that. All right, we'll take it. That felt pretty good. Winning game one felt really nice, and then that game felt really clean.